My sweet and lovely Capricorns, this is your horoscope for October 2024. In October, I have a name for that horoscope of yours, and it will be two big parts of your life: career and love. Seems like October will be one of the important months, and because October welcomes us with solar eclipse. On 2nd of October, we have new moon solar eclipse. Eclipse is a powerful tool of the universe to change our life irreversibly, drastically, shockingly, and this one specifically will be positive one, happening in your house of career, highest house. You are the one of the luckiest signs of the zodiac who will have this solar eclipse in the highest part of your chart at 10 degrees, meaning those of you who were born around 30th of December, New Year babies, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by the end of December. Those of you who are born, you will get the news, positive news of this solar eclipse. Now, always allow eclipses 2 to 3 months before and after they appear to deliver the messages. Some of you guys, my dear Capricorns, you already got the message of this eclipse in August or in September. And some of you will get to that point in November or December, like much later time. And those of you who are born by the end of December, you will be under radar of this eclipse specifically. And this eclipse, a bit of a special one. You know why? Because this eclipse will conjunct Black Moon and Mercury. Mercury is the planet of ideas, communication, and planet of mind, and also commerce and trade. And Lilith, Black Moon, to say differently, in astrology connected to our fears. But it also gives us the power to attract people's attention. That's what it gives, and they are uniting forces, and Mercury and Lilith and solar eclipse. And it seems like you are overcoming your fear here. That is how special this solar eclipse is, because October will be, for all of us, will be reset month. Like we are pushing that button to start over, start a new fresh chapter of our life, not a story, because eclipses, they bring chapters. Eclipses, they have 10 times stronger, like powerful than just one new moon, but they have a power of 10 new moons. That's why they bring chapters, and it seems like you are finally allowing yourself to be there, to aspire to who you want to be, how much reputation you want to have, how much career-wise you want to achieve. You're finally allowing yourself and sort of freeing yourself from that fear. It seems like, for example, there is a fear that is long-term held and you're afraid of doing something, but this solar eclipse comes and finally releases you. You are naturally allowing yourself to experience, to let go of that fear and even experience that fear, so that you will test yourself of how you're going to behave, of how you're going to overcome that, to let yourself leave that through, so to finally go on another side, on a safer side. And this is the power and beauty of this eclipse in your chart, my dear Capricorns. And because it's happening in the 10th house, in the career house, this will be the eclipse that will give you the push and power to attain amazing opportunity as a new job opportunity or new position, which comes with a lot of responsibilities and, of course, influence and reputation. Now, solar eclipse, will be influential up until 6 months. So in next coming 6 months, you are building for yourself a name, my dear Capricorns, building your reputation. Congratulations on that. Now, plus Mercury joining first forces with that eclipse, and Mercury rules your house of work, my dear Capricorns, and it also rules all things foreign in your chart. And it seems like wherever you're seeking your career to grow, that will be a foreign land, somewhere abroad or somewhere in some company which is situated, like headquartered somewhere far, not in your hometown for sure. Now, there is Also, 10th house is all about our father or someone who we respect, like our boss or manager. It might be changes happening in your father's life. For some Capricorns, it might be their father who will get this power, who will achieve this influence in the world. And they might achieve, let's say, some sort of highest career point, for example, or new job position. It might be your father who are doing so, or your manager also, who you respect. 10th house is also everything like about nomination, titles, and achievements and prizes. Some of you might be nominated, some of you might actually receive a title, new title, more with heavy reputation and influence, or sort of a prize. You might attain a prize finally, and you might raise your social status. And also, because 10th house is a social status house, for some of you guys, it might be not related to work, but it might be related to a new social status. In an upcoming 6 months, you might change your social status. Let's say get married, become parents or grandparents, whatever is that, your social status is, on upheaval, not downgrading for sure. Now, another thing happening in universe, beautiful one, is triangle. During this eclipse, Venus, planet of love and beauty, and Mars, planet of war and motivation, and Saturn, your ruler, planet of work and responsibilities, will join forces and form beautiful triangle on the sky. And they will activate that part of your life which is related to your, again, career and also love. Both of these areas will be important during this solar eclipse, seems like, because Venus is the ruler of solar eclipse, and it naturally rules your love house in horoscope, but it will be situated in your house of hope and wishes. It seems like one of your dearest held wish in your heart is related to love. And Mars will be in your house of committed love partnerships or business partnerships. But Mars rules your houses of wishes and family. Now, all these things indicate that there might be sort of a happening there, sort of a finally realizing how important these two parts of life to you, and you're finally resetting the button of, to a new direction in your life, of meeting someone new, someone special, if you're single, for example, or finally advancing your relationship. If you are in a relationship, then it might be making it on a higher level, to the next level, like getting married or getting engaged. And it might be also communicated, and whatever you will be signing around this time, like a marriage papers or a business papers, those agreements will stay forever, because Saturn is the planet of time and age, and it will make sure that that agreement will stay that long time, my dear Capricorn. So make sure to whom you're saying yes and to what agreements you are signing. Doesn't matter if it's a career-wise, business-wise, or love-wise. Also, as I said, it might be a situation of your spouse or steady sweetheart. If it's not your situation, that it might be their dream is coming true, and they are finally signing some important papers, for example, or making deals. And it might be related, let's say, simply buying a dream car. It could be simple as that, that kind of dream, sort of luxurious car or any type of car, and their dream is coming into life. Now, another big thing happening in the sky will be Jupiter. 9th of October going retrograde, meaning slowing down, moving backwards until February 2025. Now, Jupiter is the planet of happiness and luck, which is situated in your 6th house, transiting your 6th house. Now, Jupiter showering us with opportunities of finding new, better position, job position, because 6th house is all about that, what you do daily, or about your routine, or about your sport activities also. And it is showering you with opportunities to start a new regime of your life if you've never had so, because it's expanding that part of your life. And also 6th house are those people who work for us, like our assistants, our nannies. It doesn't matter where, at home or at work. who work under us, for us. And it seems like, you know, Jupiter bringing you perfect fits for those positions and for those, let's say, helper positions that you are in need. Now, also, sixth house is all about your health and your well-being, and Jupiter here giving you sort of like a guarding angel, giving you positive results if you had some issues related to your health. Let's say also setting up right nutrition plan, for example, and all those things. It doesn't matter what is related exactly there around your well-being and your health situation, but when whatever Jupiter touches, it makes it bigger, it makes it more positive. Now, because it's slowing down until February, it doesn't mean it will stop showering those gifts. It will just might be the time those gifts will be delivered at a later stage, like by February. And even during this retrograde, you might still get a couple of things done, or even job positions. Job offers also you might receive if you are seeking some new job position or totally changing your career, let's say. And because Jupiter naturally rules your 12th house, like far land house, those jobs that you will be looking for or who will be contacting you might be from past, from past workplaces that you been working before, or might be simply located somewhere far where you will require a relocation package, for example. Now, 17th of October, we have full moon happening in your house of family at 24 degrees, meaning those of you who are born 13th of January, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most. And full moons are all about conclusions or putting your attention into something in your life. And full moon conjunct Chiron. Now, Chiron is the healer and teacher in astrology. And it's happening in your 4th house. It's an amazing one. Something which is in your family situation coming to culmination, and Jupiter, happy planet, will support that full moon together with Chiron from your house of work and health. Now, it seems like it might be related to your mother's health. If that was an issue, then you might receive some news around that, or any other family member's health situation. Or it might be totally related to relocating, immigrating somewhere because of a new job position or job offer. It might be your case too. And for some of you, it might be the case when you will finally receive news around your immigration documents, like residence permits or passport or visas or citizenship. Let's say because you moved because of work and you've worked long hours somewhere abroad, shift-based, especially jobs, and finally you are getting those documents done. After so many years, you might be getting a citizenship or a permanent residence permit around the 17th of October full moon. Also, this full moon will have harsh beams from the ruler of this full moon, Mars, which will be situated in your house of true love and partnerships, making you desire a blossom around your steady sweethearts, around your, like, you will have sort of a desire to have someone long term, to be married, for example, to be related to someone like completely. That's what Mars does in seventh house. And it also might give you quarrels as well, arguments with other people more often, because Mars, at the end of the day, it's a bit of a war planet, Now, and Mars will send harsh beams to that full moon. It seems like you might be having some sort of arguments with your family members, or your spouse, if you're married, might be having argument with your mother or some family member from your own family, for example. Or if it's not about love and family, it might be about those agreements and papers, because it also might be related to real estate. If you're in the process of buying or selling real estate, this full moon comes in and puts a final straw there. But it might be a bit of a tension there, because Mars, at the end of the day, giving sort of a bit of a harsh beam to that full moon, Some things might not be agreeable there, but at the end of the day, full moons are all about conclusions. You might decide to buy or you might decide to sell, or vice versa, not to buy and not to sell, because there will be plenty of other opportunities, and Jupiter will make sure it will bring it to you, because that's the promise of Jupiter by supporting that full moon. And you might have been, you will have the situation, you might be like moving from one house to another, like your rent agreement is finishing or some sort of that. There might be quite a lot of, I can give you examples, but you might translate it into your life, my dear Capricorns. I hope so. Now, I would like to talk about two interesting days in October. One is 22nd of October, when Sun, Pluto, and Mars will enter into disagreement. They will be quarreling there, and Pluto being planet of transformation, Mars being planet of war. Of course, it cannot miss the party when someone is arguing, and here will be between Sun and Pluto, war. Now, Sun is the planet of life, and it will be situated in your 10th house, career house, and Pluto is in your first house. Now, Pluto will be for the last time in our lifetime in your first house, in your, in your sign. So this is the last moments of Pluto to deliver final sort of transformation into your life, final lessons to you, And it seems like you might have like around 22nd of October sort of situation where you will be trying to figure out what sort of career path life to choose. Because Sun is in the career house and Pluto is your, it's a me house. It's there. And it's giving you sort of deep transformation to go deeper of who you are and who you want to be, where you want to be as a highest point of your life. Now, Mars will be in your 7th house. Your spouse will also might be a bit, might come across as critical to your understanding and to your situation. He or she might be putting their own opinion there. But Pluto always tells you to listen to yourself. And after so long years in your sign, almost 18 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you already by this time, you should know who you are at core and what your priorities are. Now, and, because Sun is in the 10th house, it might be for some of you related to someone who you respect, like, for example, father. And here, then we have the picture of 3 people coming to a disagreement sort of between you and your father and your spouse, for example, or a business partner. It might be related to your career totally if it's not love and family. That's why in the beginning of this horoscope I said whole month seems like getting activated with these 2 areas of your life, career and love. Both of them will be very important to you, and you will have to sort of juggle there. And I advise you to put your priorities first, always, because that's what Pluto tells you here. There's another also, I see possibility, let's say, for example, it's related to your more intimate part of your life, like your sex life, for example, because some of you guys might be trying to, let's say, within your friendship circle, you might like someone more, and you might want them, like he or she, to become your sweetheart, like your lover. But at the same time, that person might be only interested in friendship or an intimate part of your life. That will be the case here around 22nd of October. And I would say don't push things so hard. Just let it be, and try not to be hard on yourself too, my dear Capricorn. Second day that I would like to talk about is 25th of October, which will be one of the, let's say, positive days of October, possibly, because Mars and Uranus will make contact with each other, positive one, and Uranus is the planet of surprises, is situated in your transiting your house of true love, romance, and dating, and Mars is transiting another love house, committed relationship house, and it seems like both these planets uniting forces to surprise you around those areas of your life. It might be related to your children, or might be related to your spouse, for example. Or if you say, I'm not interested in love because I'm a big career person, then it might be related to your business, because Uranus is transiting your business house and Mars is transiting your contractual agreement house in this case. And that surprise will also come with hefty money, which is amazing one. It was such a gift from universe to you, my dear Capricorns. Now, this was your horoscope for October, and don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too, because they are important. Love you all. Bye bye.